jiu-jitsu guy, so nice. Like you're solid. Well, I'm ex-jiu-jitsu.
Who quit?
Okay. You teach a couple classes now.
That's right.
Right? He teaches one class, and now
nobody has learned anything.
now he's Professor Nelson.
Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host Nelson,
Ian,
Ed, and our very special guest today,
Sergio.
Oh yes.
What's up, man?
That's me.
What's up?
Look, to be fair, I forgot entirely that today was St. Patrick's Day. I really did. I thought it was Saturday.
I don't think In did. I think In's been ready.
Oh yeah. I forgot too.
He woke up. He had it like sitting on the corner of his bed like the first day of school. He's like, I can't wait to wear it.
Yeah. Any opportunity I have to damage my liver, I do my best.
And so that means that's why, like, for the production value, I went out of my way to decorate with that very fancy box of Lucky Charms back there.
I see that.
You know?
That's that's great.
And I can get away with that. My daughter is half Irish.
Yeah.
So
Lucky Charms is a staple in the Irish community, right?
Oh, it is.
My confirmation name is Patrick.
See?
Yeah. My middle name's Patrick. I still the Lucky Charms I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, what do you put up there for Kwanzaa? I mean, what do you put
Lucky
up
Charms.
Oh, okay.
It's the staple for Kwanzaa as well.
All right.
You didn't know?
I was gonna
That's
say.
all right.
I was gonna say something else. But, we're good. We're good.
We're gonna be good. We're gonna be
Moving
good.
on. It's a kids show. It's a
Family friendly. Right
Yeah, family friendly.
Yeah.
All ages.
So, guys, thank you everybody for coming. I'm gonna have me some of this and then die a slow death.
You enjoy that. I'm gonna enjoy this Bloody Mary with bacon in it that you made so nicely for me.
That's some high quality H2O.
Yeah. Yeah, when Ian says, "Can you make me bacon?" Of course I can make you some bacon, sir.
This podcast was originally slated for 10 a.m.
Yes.
I
got
promised.
a question. Ian. What is allegedly? Because that's what you just said.
Allegedly is like originally and allegedly
combined?
Yes,
Okay.
you knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was allegedly and originally just
Allegedly.
fucking smushed together.
I see what you did there. That was nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wanted to make sure. I wanted to cover all angles.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
Anyway,
So that's how many drinks Ian has had so far today.
yeah. That's the current state. Allegedly. Yeah. But we were originally slated for 10 a.m. and I was promised breakfast. I was promised bacon.
He was, and so I delivered on bacon.
You did.
And breakfast foods. Look,
I will
there's
not
some
lie.
Strawberries.
In fact, when I
there's some
came in,
watermelons. I'm not gonna feed them to you.
Your fucking stove was still on.
You are correct.
Yeah,
you
it
are
was
correct.
still on. I even asked Ed. I said, "Is this supposed to be on max heat? Like, just all right? I'll turn this off."
Listen, Eddie was wearing a very cute apron. He got in front of the stove.
You're welcome.
See,
Thank you. Thank you.
that's how we do
Things we do for our friends.
Yeah. So one of the things that I did want to talk about today was, so going into last week's podcast, we were talking about Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, the fight that's coming on, and how ridiculous it is that a 70-year-old man.
He's 60.
Oh,
he's
he's
60.
67.
Come on. God damn.
67.
I go do all.
A 67.
I think he's
Nelson keeps
57, right?
adding years every time he mentions how
57.
old
No,
he
is he 57?
57 or 58. Someone do a Google.
Okay, hold on a second.
I'm pretty sure he's 60, pretty much.
Nearly 70, right? So nearly 70.
How are you going to do
That's
Uncle
a
Mike
big
like that?
roundup, man.
How are you going to do Uncle Mike like
Nah,
that?
baby, it's 8 inches. I promise.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say he does that. Just about to
Oh,
say
my
that.
numbers are off a little bit, right?
Skewed.
So a nearly 80-year-old man is going to be fighting like a 30-year-old lion, right, in the ring. Like, granted, he is no Mike Tyson skill-wise,
No.
but he is taking it seriously enough that he is preparing for it. He has a couple of fights under his belt.
But there's a level of skill acquisition you only get when you start as a child, like Mike Tyson did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Paul brothers, they started later in life. So, I mean, you can still get good, but there's certain things, I mean, when you look at even like Taekwondo, the flexibility for some of the kicks, that once you're past a certain age, you just can't
You're never gonna
get to it. It's just
You're
not,
not gonna get it.
achievable.
What's the age? What's the actual
57.
age?
57. Jake
Okay.
Paul's 27. So you got
27.
30.
30. There's a 30-year
That
difference.
is a big difference.
This all being said, like when I saw the fight was booked, I was mad because I think Jake's going to win. Like, all in all.
Do you mean win fairly?
Or with the rules,
with
the
an adjustment
ridiculous
of the
rules.
Yeah, that once the rules came out, it just became a circus to me. I was like,
Yeah.
well, what the fuck are we even doing?
Mike
Let's
Tyson
talk
has to
about
wear
it. Talk about the rules.
some gloves that are 2 times the size of a normal boxing glove.
Yeah, for those
Well, yeah, because then it'd be murder in the ring.
Right.
for those of you that don't know about the rules, that
So so Jake Paul is allowed to tag in his brother. Okay? He is actually even allowed to be in the ring at the same time as his brother if they so deem so during the fight.
yeah, but Logan's even worse than Jake. Like
Yes, but
Logan's
it's still 2-on-1, right? Now you got a 30-year-old.
why don't we tag in Tom Brady? Like, what the fuck? What is Logan Paul going to do to help him? Like, that's what I don't get. Like,
I mean, all he has to do is take one punch, right? He's just got to run in and take a punch, and then he can sneak around, maybe toss him with another punch on the side.
Logan lost a fight to Floyd, who was north of 40 and 145 pounds.
Yeah.
So Logan Paul, come on, that's not even
Another stipulation: no headgear will be used for Mike Tyson, but Jake Paul can use headgear.
I think if Jake Paul comes out with headgear, you might as well just say I'm a pussy.
yeah,
I agree.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Especially when he says he's a professional boxer and
Right.
he's like calling out
Right.
Canelo, but you
Yes.
come out with headgear on.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a good look, Jake.
I mean, weight-wise, there isn't much of a difference between the two, is there?
I don't know, because I think Jake hovers, like, he goes above 185 pounds. He's above 190.
'Cause
I
I
know
don't-
Mike has to be walking around north of 200.
Easy.
Easy.
so.
Well, right now,
he's
but do you
solid.
think he's going to walk into the ring at 200?
They're
don't
using
know.
18-ounce gloves.
Okay.
What are the normal size gloves?
I think the normal ounces are 12 or 14, but 18 is like your heavy bag training gloves.
So that makes a difference as far as the impact of a hard punch.
I mean,
like
Mike Tyson is going to put you into another realm, whether
Right.
he hits you
Still,
with 24-ounce gloves.
That's
or,
like saying what weighs more, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks?
Right, yeah.
A pound is a pound, baby. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Did we not establish my math is a little off?
Listen, remember those fucking sock and boppers that they had as kids?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson would lay you the fuck out with one of those. So it doesn't
Sock and
matter.
boppers?
Yeah, you still are going to go down. Like, you're not going to take them and keep walking with Mike
That
Tyson
would be
from.
great, and that seems like the only odd rules that they have in there as far as like headgear, the size of the gloves, and the ability to tag in your brother at will, which is still a weird fucking thing.
I mean,
to
the,
agree
head,
to.
the headgear and the size of the gloves gives him an ability to maybe defend a little more, but let's be honest. A lot of people try to defend with Mike, and they still got punched in the fucking face.
Right.
So,
And they're not
I mean,
treating it-
good luck.
And they're not treating it like an exhibition fight. They're treating it like a fight. So I mean, Mike Tyson could, if he really decided to, run in there and just try to hit him with everything he got.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be the first fight that Jake Paul is in that I have to watch.
Yeah.
I
and-
would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that interesting.
Well, I believe it's going to be on.
It's because it's Mike Tyson.
It's going to be on Netflix, is it not?
Yes.
So I
I
mean,
think it's going to be live streamed on
Yeah, so
Netflix.
Nelson, if you can give me your Netflix password.
I got you. Listen, for that fight, we could do it here. We can have a nice little party, and
Yep.
we could watch that shit because that is something that I'm definitely into seeing.
Yeah, the only thing it bugs me about is like Jake is a good businessman.
Of course.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. If he beats Mike Tyson, which I have a weird feeling in my gut, I think he will. He's gonna act like he beat 1980s Mike Tyson. He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna, he's not gonna act like he beat
Oh, yeah.
60-year-old
Oh, yeah.
fucking Mike Tyson. He's gonna act like he beat prime, custom auto trained, like from
But-
the Catskills, New York.
But
Mike Tyson.
wouldn't you?
no,
Come on, wouldn't you?
no,
If you hit 90-year-old Mike Tyson and knocked him out,
that's what I'm saying. Fuck, man.
you wouldn't be like, I knocked out Mike Tyson.
No, that'd be like me talking shit at training. Like, oh, I tapped Nelson. I got him in an arm bar. You mean his arm that's broken?
Yeah.
exactly.
That's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
But we all knew that one kid, right, in school that got into the fight where he got his ass kicked, but like he threw the first punch. He'd be like, "Did you guys see that punch?"
Yeah. He won't talk about the 38 other punches that were rained down on him.
What about the other 40 minutes
But-
of that ass whooping?
Yeah.
But did you
But
see
did
the
you see
punch?
that
First punch
one
was
punch?
so... Yeah. No,
And that's exactly it. You know what I mean?
that was the Conor McGregor fans during the Mayweather fight. They
Yes.
talked about that one uppercut that
that
Conor
is
threw.
very true.
It was like, yeah, he hit him with one uppercut because his ass whooped.
Yeah, but did you see the hook that knocked the boogers out of his face?
Exactly. Yeah, what did it say? He got the shit kicked out of him, but yeah, he did throw a pretty nice uppercut in round 3 or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
But you know, it's funny. It's something even as definitive as fighting can appear to be. It is a matter of perspective. Like, people do have their fan base, and their fan base is always going to follow what their fighter's saying. Like,
And some
Nate
fan bases
Diaz
are
is a
awful.
legend in his own mind and making, right?
Yeah.
but how many fights did he actually win, right? But he'll lose a fight and immediately be like, I won that fight. But I gotta respect that man because he's built an entire career off of that toughness and off of that facade.
And that's what scares me about this Mike Tyson fight is Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul legitimately beat Nate Diaz in a boxing match. Like legitimately.
Yeah,
And
I will say that.
Nate Diaz's boxing it's not like elite world class level, but he's good for a MMA fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, he almost stopped Leon Edwards, the current welterweight champion.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think he would have won that fight had he been a little smarter.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he because he just kind of laughed at him and pointed at him.
But Nate Diaz being Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
That's what the
Doesn't give
fans
a
come to
fuck.
see.
No, he
That's
doesn't
exactly
care.
it. Yeah.
He doesn't care.
People want to see the Stockton
got you,
slap.
dude.
I
got you.
Tyrone Woodley. Tyrone Woodley is probably the third best welterweight. I mean, arguably third or fourth best welterweight champion in UFC history.
Give me your top 3.
Top 3 welterweight champs?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm biased, so number 1, I'd say GSP.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Kamaru Usman. Number 3, Matt Hughes. And I would probably put Woodley 4. At least at 170.
Yeah, when he was in his prime, he was pretty beast.
Yeah, I don't think Woodley was above Hughes just because, the sport was different, but I think Hughes' run was
I think
more
Hughes
impressive.
really brought a lot of people in. There was something about seeing someone kind of just slam people, and then start beating them down. Like Jesus Christ, that's a fight.
Like you knew you needed to work on wrestling defense with Hughes. He changed. Like you're like if you can't fucking sprawl and stop this guy, he's gonna run through you.
You mean Matt Hughes?
Yeah, Matt Hughes' ground and pound.
Yeah, he was another beast in his day. And I'm gonna throw out another couple of names for you
Wasn't
guys.
Matt Sarah 170?
Let's
He was.
see.
So
we
in
got
fact, he's the reason why GSP is not considered the greatest of all.
My favorite fight.
But I disagree.
My favorite fight of Matt Serra was the drunk guy at the restaurant.
In Vegas. In Vegas.
kudos to him for that one.
If you call that a fight, I mean, come on.
But I'm curious. So what do you disagree with?
I think the Matt Sarah fight really put GSP on the map the way he bounced back.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So
it was one of those things.
You'll hear people say, "Oh, he got Matt Sarah."
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But although he took a loss, he bounced back from that, and then he remained undefeated from there.
His whole style changed. Changed after the Sarah fight. Like he wasn't even. He never took risks after that.
What's interesting?
A whole different guy.
When I'm looking at the list of fighters here for the welterweights, there is like a plethora of amazing fighters. You got Jake Shields, John Fitch, Matt Serra, Rory McDonald, Johnny Hendricks, Robbie Lawler, Kamaru Usman, Matt Hughes. You got your George St. Pierre. He's Gilbert Burns even is in the welterweight. Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
Probably the largest pool.
It is.
It's up there. That lightweight. Yeah.
BJ Penn.
the
BJ
most talented pool.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, BJ Penn's one of my favorite.
But I
lightweights
think
of all time.
too, watching the UFC, one of my favorite fighters still to this day, and it was really more about not only his skill set, but how he carried himself in and out of the ring was George St. Pierre.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Like George St. Pierre to me was like the gentleman's gentleman. He's like, I'm a fighter, but I'm also a martial artist.
Yeah.
He came in, he bowed, he wore his traditional.
He wore the karate gi out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember when him and Josh Koscheck were coaches?
Yep.
And Koscheck just kept running that mouth.
Yeah.
Running that mouth. and
George won
GS
that fight with just a left jab.
Right.
And
And,
he
and
kept
GSP
hundreds
kept
of them.
his calm the whole time. He goes, I'll see you in the ring.
Yep.
I'll see you in the ring.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think that's what turned me on to GSP being one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
If
the
not
level
the
of
best.
self control. Where you're like, no, he's keeping his composure the whole
Yeah.
way through. He's like, I don't need to handle this here because we've got a date and time.
But
and
now,
that's where I'm
but
going to
now
handle
on
it.
the other side of things, I have to say, with ignorance involved, Rampage Jackson was also very entertaining. Now he wasn't
He
like
was,
my
but-
champion of fighters, but watching him, especially on Ultimate Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
where
God.
he ripped the
Where he
most
ripped
the
fragile
cardboard
door,
door.
the
Yeah.
fucking paper door.
Today's,
He almost took a
today's,
loss to
today's.
that door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He almost took a loss to that door, okay?
That door was put there.
Did
to
you
be
know that
destroyed.
that kid he called Titties actually came back to fight him in a legitimate fight in the UFC?
Really?
Yes, and poor kid, he got wrecked, but he did get in there and get a couple of licks in. He was just like, even if I go out swinging, so respect to him,
Yeah.
for getting in the ring with that man, because he knows getting in the ring with Rampage Jackson at that time was one of the more dangerous fighters.
Oh, Rampage was always dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get away with that kind of reckless abandonment as far as a fighter is concerned now, because everybody's more keyed in on being
It's
a
far
martial
more
artist.
technical. Yes.
Yeah, where back in the day, though, I do miss some of that Chuck Liddell fun.
Yeah. No,
where he was just like ice cold knocking people out.
There's
like,
still a couple people that are reckless, abandoned psychos. I mean, you know, you got your Derek Lewises, you got your mainly in heavyweight, I guess. Tai Tuivasa. Like,
yes,
they just kind of go in there and swing, you know. And if it hits you, well, that's your problem.
So all right, I'll ask you guys then. As far as like swinging with reckless abandonment, who would be your favorite
Guido,
fighters?
all day.
Clay Guida's a
All
good
day.
pull.
I've mentioned it before.
Man can take
He's
a
a
punch.
fucking animal.
Right?
Yes. No,
And the
Diego
only thing that
Sanchez
happens
fight?
is his hair gets in the
Yeah.
way, and he keeps swinging.
but from like ding to ding, he was on you. So you knew if you got in the ring with him, you were in for a fucking
He's not
fight.
in some of the UFC games because he refused to cut his hair. And
Good for him.
And the programmers couldn't get his hair to work properly. He's like, too bad. I won't be in it then. I don't need the payday. I'm good.
Yeah.
Just give me another fight.
to me, the like my reckless abandoned fighter is a guy. Some people probably never would have heard of him, but you might have heard of him. He's a little black Dutch kickboxer named Melvin Manhoef. And if you look up this guy's highlight reels,
I know the name.
Yes.
he is horrifying. This dude is like, there's no way he passed the drug test.
Yes.
Never fought in the UFC. He can't. There's no way he fucking passes the drug test. But for the first 2 to 3 minutes of the fight, he is the most dangerous human being on the planet. Like if you can, there's a video. I forget who he was fighting. He was fighting this little jacked white wrestler dude, and the dude ran from him for the first round and a half.
Yes.
Ran from him. I mean, he was getting kicked, fell over, rolling. Like, he was at one point. Melvin was chasing him. It was a foot race through the cage because he was just trying to catch this guy, and the guy weathered the storm, managed to wrestle him to the ground, get his back, choked him out. And I was like, well, fuck, he weathered the storm. But for the first 5 minutes,
It was pure mayhem.
yeah, you're. I mean,
Okay,
the dude kicks ungodly hard. I mean, for instance, Mark Hunt.
Yes.
Mark Hunt is legendary for his chin.
Yes.
Melvin Manhoef has a knockout victory over Mark Hunt in Japan.
Okay.
Really?
All right.
And he was like 170 pounds. He hit that fucking hard that when he cracked Hunt, he put Hunt to sleep.
And that's a tough feat.
This dude is like, it's literally just rolling the dice, wild card joker. If he hits you and connects, he's going to win. If he doesn't, you're probably going to outcondition him and beat him.
Okay.
Like he doesn't really have the gas
What
tank.
about you, Sergio? Any favorite?
You know, I'm about to go with Derek Lewis. Really.
Derek Lewis is a good one.
You know, mainly
Balls
because
is hot.
yes, mainly because I can't wait for that post-fight interview to see what outlandish stuff he's going to do and or say.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Derek, why'd you take your pants off? Man, my balls was hot, Joe.
And you gotta love it, right?
You have
For the
to.
entertainment value.
Didn't he knock out Travis Brown, who was dating Ronda Rousey, and then he said, "Where Ronda's finance at?"
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I think that's the same one where
Unfucking
he did a pre-fight presser.
Yes,
And
yes.
he goes, "Hey, did Ronda ask about
Yeah.
me?"
Yeah.
Oh, he's
No.
God bless him.
Damn, I'm trying to find. I can't remember his name. He wasn't the most technical fighter, but like they called him the zombie, not the Korean zombie. That's the one that keeps popping up. He had the colored hair, the big fucking head. You know who I'm
Zombie.
talking about? Like he would just go in there. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Probably a colored hair. Not Chris Lieben.
Yes.
Oh, the Crippler.
The Crippler.
Chris the Crippler
Lieben.
even. He was legit good though. He knocked
was.
out Vanderlei Silva. He knocked out the fucking Japanese dude Nakayama.
Yeah, yes.
Dude, he was a good fighter.
Sexyama?
Chris Lieben was a really good fighter.
No, but
He
but
had
went in
he had the
there.
unfortunate pleasure of welcoming Anderson Silva to the UFC, which God bless him. You know?
Yeah, and that's we talked about Anderson Silva and what,
Not knowing what you're getting, he probably thought, "Oh, it's just some guy. From I got this guy." No. Look at the last name. No.
but his
Hey,
body
let's-
type too doesn't scare you, right? When you see Anderson Silva, you're like, oh, look at this skinny guy,
yeah.
and then he was just murking people.
He's a fucking sniper.
Yeah,
I know we transitioned to MMA, but let's talk about Mike Tyson and MMA. Did the Bob Sapp Tyson fight ever
Never
happen?
happened. Never happened. That's where that phrase "sign the contract."
Sign the
big-
contract.
Sign the contract.
contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
that would have
where
been
it-
wild.
Sapp would have got annihilated.
That would have been wild.
Who was it that caught Sapp with it? It was like an overhand right, and it buckled him. There was a huge delay in it. Remember that? Was it Mirko Krokop?
Crow Cop broke Crow Cop's jaw and face.
Broke Bob Sapp.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think
he broke his jaw. He couldn't close his mouth, and he also broke his
orbital
maxilla.
socket,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, I don't think I seen that.
Crow
yet.
Cop doesn't fuck around.
No.
He was a bad dude.
Well, there was
Wasn't it Krokop that called his he called his kicks? He was a southpaw, so it was right leg hospital, left leg
cemetery.
Bro, that reminds me of that movie with The Rock. He's like, right hand thunder, lightning, thunder.
Oh, that was him and Sean William Scott.
It's where he was the cook. Rundown. He fights that little Brazilian dude. He's he's so fast.
Yeah.
Fierce gaze. Fierce gaze.
Yeah.
And that was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
Who was the main villain again? The guy they talks.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Peak Christopher Walken.
Yeah. God, fuck.
Well, the other time there was MMA fighter and the boxer was Randy Couture.
James Toney. And that's how that showed how a fucking real fight would go if you went straight boxing and MMA.
Big James Phony.
Yeah. But again, you know what? A good look on a professional fighter who's like, I'm gonna fight out of my realm and I'm gonna give it my best. I really think my boxing's that good. And you know, he went out there, he got his ass handed to him. But
I guess it doesn't always go that way because Ray Mercer fought at MMA too, and he fought Tim Sylvia,
right,
who was a former UFC heavyweight champion, Militich camp, and Ray Mercer put Tim Sylvia to sleep. But that's because Tim Sylvia was stupid enough to
try to stand.
I will fight him in the only place that he. And Ray Mercer knocked out Holyfield. Why the fuck would you stand in front of him?
A few of those fights, there was these, kind of backroom like, hey, we'll stay standing, right? And the ones
I'm not making that agreement.
The ones the MMA guys won, they were like, yeah. And then the first thing they do is they kick him in the leg.
Yep.
And then the shock in the boxer's face of, oh my God, I fucked up.
Yeah. All of a sudden they have dead leg and now they're walking around dragging their foot. I'm coming, master.
Yeah. Like on a very small.
So it's plausible Silva was the only man of honor who his handshake deal in the back, he held up and fucking lost.
Right, which is dumb.
Yeah.
On a very small scale, like
not stand in front
like
of
backyard, like kid fighting. Like my father, he taught me and my brother like martial arts at a young age, and I got into this schoolyard fight where I just kept kicking the kid, right? And he kept saying, "Stop kicking me! Fight me with your hands!" I'm like, "But the kicking is working, right? Like you can't hit me if I just keep like kicking you from this distance over here." I mean, look, it was not a glorious fight. It was like two 13-year-olds like, "Are we done? Are you done?" Like the fights that
and then you got your ass beat right after that.
Oh yeah, by my mother. So
with a chancla.
Oh, for sure.
She chased you around.
What are you doing? Why is your shirt ripped? You know how much money that shirt cost? It wasn't even about the fight. It was fucking up the clothes.
You might as well get one W.
No, but my mom, she was the queen of the one-handed slaps. Like out of nowhere. Like I'm fucking around, cartoons are on, I should be doing my homework, and she's just like on the phone cooking, puts it down, get back to work. You know what I mean? Like, but I got hit with like the telephone, frying pan, spatula.
Yeah,
belt.
I never got hit with a frying pan.
Oh yeah,
whatever's in reach.
Yeah, the belt was my shit.
The belt.
Growing up in the Latino family, most of mine were the chanclas.
Yeah.
Right? I remember one time I backtalked my mother and she grabbed the first thing she had, which was a metal yardstick.
Ooh,
boys, that thing never measured true.
Hey, bring that over here. I need that.
8 inches, baby. I
8
swear.
inches, yes. This is a meter stick.
It don't matter. Do the math.
No, for us, the biggest thing was the belt. Like, the belt. My mother, that was her weapon of choice.
Mine was the belt, and you had to go bare ass. And if your hands left the desk, it didn't count. Rep didn't count. You needed to take 3. You have to take on the what the fuck was up with 3?
Yeah.
You know what was the worst? If you caught the belt. And everybody did it. You know, they had you by the arm, and you're doing the circle to avoid it. And that belt catches your hip and wraps around, hits you right on the head of the pecker. Boy, that was a different kind of pain. That was a different kind of pain.
Oh
to me, it hurt your soul too, because like the neighbor kids that we would all hang out with, there was like 15 of us in a group that would run around and terrorize everything, and they knew when you were getting your ass beat.
Yes.
So what they would do is they would run around the back of the house. And like while I'm in there getting my ass beat, I can hear them outside the window laughing. All of them are along the wall, just below the window, just laughing their ass off, and I'm in there fucking screaming, just getting my ass beat. And like they come outside, they'd be like, mimicking me crying. I was like, I fucking hate you.
He ain't got it bad beat again.
Exactly, I hated it. Adam Kohler, wherever you are, fuck you. You know what's up.
It was bad that when you had that bottom lip quivering, and nothing you could do could control that.
Yeah. Oh,
It was bad.
That was a bad one. And then my mom would hit me with the line, "Keep crying,
Yeah,
keep
I'll give
crying,
you something to
pendejo.
cry
I'll give
about.
you something to cry about."
Oh yeah, I'll give you something to cry about. Yes.
My dad would hit us with the, "I brought you into this world. I'll take you out."
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys
I
ever
can
heard that
fucking
one.
take you out.
I remember one time there was a kid in our neighborhood he was my best friend, and even after this we were good friends, and we were playing in the room like with GI Joes before school and shit like that, and he broke one of them, so I got pissed. He slapped me in my face, and I was just like, so I just punched him like dead in his chest, right? So I was like slap. I was like, I can't believe you hit me. Bang! He had asthma. So now he's on the floor like, I'm like, shh, shh, shh. My mother's gonna hear you. Shh. Like he's dying. I'm like,
You're not
shh.
covering his mouth, are you?
I should have. But I'm like, be
He's having a
quiet.
fucking asthma attack and Nelson's smothering him. Shut up. Shut up. Guy's going to die.
He's turning purple, Nelson.
Yeah. But I'll get in trouble.
Oh man! But the stupid things we did as kid. I remember the first time that I did get slapped in the face, and I didn't do anything about it. I totally fucking deserved it, right? It was. We were in line to play dodgeball, right? And I hit this kid Muhammad in the face with the dodgeball.
You can't do that nowadays.
Bang, right? And
crime.
I did not let it go for like 3 weeks. I'm just like, you remember when I hit you in the face with that dodgeball? Right? So then like we're standing in like the lunch line and I'm talking shit to somebody else over here. Like, yeah, remember when I hit Muhammad in the face with that dodgeball, right? And I just feel like smack from the back, just like bang, right in my mouth. I was like, oh, what'd you do that for? He's like, you keep talking shit. I was like, yeah, you're right.
You're right.
You're right. Okay.
I'm shit
All
talking.
right. I deserve that shit.
Well, thank God you learned from it. No longer talk shit. You know?
Oh, I doubled down after that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should see the group message.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
motherfucker
yeah.
still talks shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he stays talking
What I
shit.
learned is that I could take a slap.
Now, did you two fight a lot growing up?
We did in the beginning, and we grew out of it quickly.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was like watching Bruce Lee, watching wrestling. So it wasn't even like we were like aggressive fighting because we didn't like each other. It was more like we're watching this shit on TV.
And
we
like,
wanna
let's try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Yeah.
that's where the phrase with WWE started, "Don't try this at home."
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you two idiots
Yeah.
almost paralyzed each other.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That's the same
We
thing.
did that a lot growing up. You
Same
know?
thing with my brother. And I.
Yeah.
You know,
Same thing with my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could probably count on like one hand how many true arguments and fights we got into. And I remember one time my dad came in the room. He said, "Hey, stop it. Stop it. You guys want to do this? You go outside, you get a brick, you go outside, you get a brick, and hit each other with it."
Oh, shit.
Right? The reaction that all three of you just had is the same thing my brother and I did. We're like,
No,
what the fuck is this old man talking
Hey, man,
about?
it's not that serious.
Right? But that was Dad's way of
But that's
getting us to be like,
eye-opening.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, me and my brother maybe had like one or two like serious altercations, but
Yeah.
we've always had a really good relationship.
same.
Yeah, when Nelson came back from the military, that straightened him out pretty good.
Yeah.
The
no,
last,
it-
the
it-
last like legit fight we actually had was before you had got deployed. It was
Yes.
like the day of the party you were
Yep,
leaving.
Yep.
I think it took like 10 people to separate us.
Yeah.
And then
I hit my sister's husband in the face. He was trying to get in the way, like, "Hey guys, break it up."
it was broken up, and 5 minutes later, it was like
an
nothing happened.
Accidental punch. Okay.
Could be. No, but honestly, he's legitimately right. Like when I got into high school, I got into a bit of a punk ass phase, and then I went off to the military, and I came back, and I realized the world is much larger than our little patch of grass that we played in, and it opened my eyes up to a lot of things. Which,
Please tell me you wore Jinkos and Airwalks in your punk phase.
no, what were they called? UFOs?
It was UFOs, yeah.
Yeah. So they were
I
the
miss
equivalent
Jenkos,
of
man. They're real big,
Jenkos.
wasn't they? They fucking
But-
3 feet wide at the bottom.
I know.
and
Yeah,
shit.
picture
Oh my God.
parachute pants.
Yeah.
That had like book bag attachments to them, like the Raver kids.
I had the one pair of Jenkos that I could afford. That was it.
Did you have the black pair of fucking Jenkos with the chain on them?
Oh, dude, that was like staple Jinkos.
Oh my God.
So you were a Jenkos guy?
Absolutely. I was poor, dude.
I think those Jenkos came with the Korn Follow the Leader album. Like,
Yeah.
they came with it. Like, you got your
But you
pair
know
with
what?
it.
Being poor has its advantages, right? We learned how to sew. We learned how to go to the flea market and buy the knockoffs. Like there was the shit knockoffs where like the kid walks in, you're like, come on, dude, are you even trying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that shit was like melted onto your shirt. And then
maybe if you're poor with a dad, I still can't throw a baseball.
Okay, guys, we gotta cut this short. Ian's gotta get to therapy now.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Let me get that Bloody Mary, bro.
I'm good, man. I gotta make another one
It's
after
getting
this.
deep. It's getting deep. No, but you learn you learn how to
Show me on the doll where the bad man.
Exactly. We all over.
I remember
Where
like
didn't it touch me?
me and my best friend Rob Fishman, growing up in Brooklyn, we fancied ourselves ladies' men, right? And so like I had 5 outfits for the year. Like my mother is like, these are your outfits. These are your 2 pairs of sneakers. This is all we can afford.
Yep.
Make it last,
Yeah,
right?
but you crisscross those pants and those shorts,
Bro,
you get
listen,
at least 10 different outfits.
Goddamn
you know?
right. So what I did was teamed up with Rob. He had 5 outfits. I had 5 outfits. Midway through the school year, we're like, we're switching clothes. You know what I mean? Like, I got a whole new fucking wardrobe, bro.
Like, wait a minute. Wasn't he wearing that yesterday?
Isn't that
Like
his beginning of the year shirt?
You guys stand next to each other a lot. You're not fooling anyone. But for us, it made all the difference. I know one time he got remember the polo yellow reversible jacket? Like it was like yellow on one side, blue on the inside. You could reverse it. It was like a bubble jacket. And his mother saved water for him for Christmas. Our first day back in like, it was like freshman year of high school. We're playing handball. We cut class. We're outside at the park. And these guys pull out a knife to rob us. They want his jacket. And I remember my friend looking at me like, I'm going to die in this jacket. And I'm like, fuck. So then I was like, we're running.
I'm going to die in this jacket.
I'm not giving.
I'm going to get stabbed to death in this fucking
We ran like 15 blocks. Like, there was no such thing as bad cardio. There was no such thing. Like, you were just afraid for your life to get stabbed.
Oh, you'd be surprised how much fear does for your cardio.
We ran at top speed, and these kids followed us. And the only thing that was our saving grace is that we got to our local like pizzeria where they had like the arcade, so all of our boys were there. So then it wasn't 2-on-2 anymore, 2-on-2 plus knife. Now it was like 2-on-10. Like, what now? What's up? Oh, you want some? But we ran like motherfuckers. But that's what you do growing up as a kid, man. You know.
Depends where you grow up. You know?
Do you remember this? Okay, sorry, Ian. Get it.
Privilege.
I know.
Just saying.
Just play that card. Why don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I play it every week, bro.
What a piece of shit.
This whiskey's making me sweat. But I like it.
Do you guys remember the starter jackets? Like
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
I do remember those.
Yeah, I was too poor to have one. Ian, why don't you tell us about your starter jackets?
I didn't have their goddamn.
He's like, I had 3 of them. As a matter of fact, 1 for each outfit.
I had the Dolphins, the Cowboys, and the Vikings.
I do remember the Cowboys jacket. I think everybody had that.
In Brooklyn,
That
it was
1996 fucking silver and blue Troy Aikman Dallas Cowboys jacket.
Turns
the
out
Hornets.
it's 2024, and they're still silver and blue. Ian. Nothing's changed, buddy.
Listen, man, this is that fucking jacket that everybody in elementary school had. Like you would see, like the coat rack in elementary school had like 8 of these fucking jackets.
man.
I was like,
It
oh,
was
come
the
on.
shit. It
I was
was
like, we're in Pennsylvania.
those and the bomber jackets, the black and orange
Yeah.
on the inside, the bomber jackets. Those were 2 like
Staples
that
of
I
our
did
time.
not have.
Yeah,
I
didn't have it.
I believe the jacket we had was a London Fog.
That was a good company. All right?
London Fog. Yo,
Yeah, it was
a sad jacket, bro.
It was a
sad
it was a
jacket.
miracle
It
the
sounds
day
sad.
we had got
does.
upgraded to the Columbia jackets.
Yeah, oh my
Where it's like,
God.
oh, thank God, something that's respectable in the neighborhood.
Yes. But that's why, like, me and my brother, we went to work at a young age. We worked, like, flea markets, yard sales, like, street fairs during summer break to make extra money to buy clothes for ourselves. And it's not that our parents couldn't, that they didn't want to. They just couldn't. It was 4 kids, and 1 income. Fucking rough.
How old were you guys when that started?
Oh, man. We
first
were, like,
job.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I know I was, and he was younger than me.
I was younger. Oh, yeah.
because he went wherever I went. So I'm like, yo, we're gonna go sell some shit. Let's go, and
Snow, go get the shovels.
the shovels. Yeah.
Go make some money cleaning driveways.
Fuck yeah. Do you know anything about hard labor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was usually directing people.
I'm like, Jose, no, put the sofa over there. No, I cut grass my first job. Cut grass, shoveled snow. Then I became a busboy.
Yeah. Yeah, working in the food industry.
Then I got into drugs.
Yeah.
That paid a lot better. That paid a lot fucking better.
All right, guys, I gotta go now. So.
He's like, Sophie, cool whip.
Yeah. Oh, whippets? Fuck, dude. Whippets are the best. Oh, fuck.
No, man.
Going to a local giant grocery store.
You
some
learn.
whippets.
We even collected cans.
Yeah.
Like Pepsi cans, bottles. Like
Go to
back
Key
in the day,
Food,
you
turn them in.
turn them in for 5 cents a can. Like,
But
you know,
not all
we
the
did what
states
we
did
had
that.
to
I remember in
do.
California we did that.
Yeah, they did that over there.
Before I moved to Tennessee.
Yeah, no. Well, New York, it was a big thing, and we lived in a building, so we had a building worth of people dropping off the recycling,
actually a
down
good
for a
racket
trash day. So you'd have bags of it.
How
So,
much
you,
you
so
make-
you
how
guys
much you
just
make
went
in a
down.
can?
Yeah, you guys just went downstairs and took all the recycling then, right?
Oh, you
yeah.
got to get there before whatever local hobo decided
Yeah,
to get there.
true.
So
That was the
you
other
just-
thing. Like, you had to fight off the hobo.
You had to get there first, is what it had to be.
And
yeah.
that's how you guys got into martial arts.
That's exactly right.
Fighting hobos.
Fucking
That's
up
right.
hobos so they can get the cans.
Where do you think those bum fights came from online?
I have to check the producers of this fight.
Dude, bum fights was the shit. Bum fights was the fucking shit.
They would.
Do you remember when the creator of Bum Fights went on Dr. Phil?
Oh, yeah.
No, I did
Wait,
not
wasn't
see
he
that.
sued?
He cut his hair to look like Dr. Phil, dressed like Dr.
Yes.
Phil.
And Dr.
Oh.
Phil cut it. He cut as soon as
He
he
lo-
saw the way he was dressed. He said, "You know what? We're not even going to do this."
I
thing."
didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
I do remember
And the
that.
guy, like, reverse psychology, Dr. Phil, he's like, you do the same thing I fucking do. He's like, you put people in suspect situations
Yeah.
up here and you profit off it. He's like, you're doing the same fucking thing I'm doing, brother. I was like, he's got a fucking point.
He's actually got it
It's
right.
like,
Yeah.
I think
Dr.
I
Phil.
think he won. I think he won.
He did. He did. Dr. Phil gave the world Catch Me Outside.
That's
He
what I'm saying.
did.
Yep.
The one
He did.
person that didn't work, where's that? Catch me outside. How about that?
Yes.
And you know she's worth millions.
Oh, millions.
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 Crazy how
Millions.
that ignorant a person, but smart, because she turned it around and just said, "Hey, I'm gonna make money off."
I think
that
she was
shit."
making like $6 million a year just off her OnlyFans.
fucking crazy.
She's down in Boca now, like in a multi-million-dollar house. Isn't she?
Really?
Yeah, it's silly. Yeah, she was selling
I was-
a house that was ridiculous price.
I went to my buddy's breakdancing thing, Ivan. The
Yes,
dude I used
yeah.
to chill with. Yeah, Ivan, Clubby and Ivan. I used to hang out with him, and I went to his breakdancing thing, and she showed up.
No
She
shit.
showed up outside, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Did she try to fight somebody?
She showed up outside. Some woman, some old chick sitting on the outside started yelling at her and her two friends. I guess because she had seen the Dr. Phil episode, and she
Right.
had gone, "How about you yelling something at her?" Her friend like was gangster as fuck. Walked up, like they're eating ice cream. They had
Yes.
ice cream in hand. Walks up, she goes, "Excuse me, what did like real polite? What did you say?" And like the woman started to repeat herself. Fucking shot her ice cream all in this old bitch's face. Like, I mean,
Oh,
like,
my God.
Shot it in her face so hard the woman's head snapped back. I was like, oh my god! And of course, then they had to scatter.
Of
They
course.
had a mountain disguised as a man as security, and I was like, okay, well that's good. And then
Right.
they disappeared into the night. I was like, okay.
And that's what gives some of those people in that celebrity status the gumption to act that way, is the fact that they've got this
They got
6'8",
they got
390 pound
behind-
guy.
10,
Yeah.
10 bodyguards that are gigantic following them around.
Unless you're
Yeah.
Steven Seagal, because then your bodyguard's beating you up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Steven ain't fighting nobody.
Not at the tender age of like, what is he, like 80 now as well? Like,
don't know.
he's
You're
up.
gonna add to it, so
I know, it doesn't really matter.
he
How do you
spent,
know I didn't already?
he spent that whole last movie acting sitting down the whole time.
That's the fight I want to see. Mike Tyson
come on.
versus Steven Seagal.
That would be
fight.
over before it started. I don't even
Oh my
think
God,
Steven
he-
Seagal could walk into the ring at his current age.
If Steven Seagal fought Ed, I would put everything on Ed.
So would I.
Oh, I would take out a loan. I'd mortgage everything again. Just put it on Ed.
not to double back, but according to this website, the Catch Me Outside crew, 25 million
Damn.
net worth.
Well, you know what? Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you could work the
Yeah,
system like
she
that
made
and
it.
walk away with a living,
But
can't
my
even be
thing
mad.
is, man, I say a
Crazy.
lot of
To
stupid
Daniel
shit.
Bragoli,
Yes.
wherever we are.
I say a lot of stupid shit day in day out, and
Yeah.
it's never brought me 25. As a matter of fact, it's not brought me 25 cents.
Yeah. It's time and place, right? She was at the right
gotta start an OnlyFans,
place
brother.
at the right.
Start showing your feet. You know?
Hey, listen, we have a camera. We can hook you
I'm
up.
already on
You're
the
on
butt
a couch.
I'm on the butt couch already, man. Don't make me get up and show these people the couch, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, listen. What
There's
happens?
been some friction on this
what,
couch.
okay, what has happened
That's
there
Margot's ass cheeks.
Is my-
Shout out to Margot Posner.
is my dog finds that crevice is the place where she likes to chew her rawhide bones.
It still smells
So
like
she
Margaret,
jumps
that's
right
why.
in there. And she's like, and that's the story, and I'm sticking
That's
to
what
it.
we're going to tell the people. I won't get up until we cut the video.
Yeah,
Trust me,
it's not.
people
it's
have
not,
seen it.
It's
People
not,
have seen it.
It's not Margot's giant hairy ass cheeks just sliding back and forth as she
With her
readjusts.
acidic skin.
Yeah,
She's a jiu-jitsu
sweating and
girl.
farting. Oh my god.
She'll probably show up at Kelly's gym sometime or another when you get to meet
Absolute
this
animal.
troll of a woman.
Big old fucking hobbit feet. Oh man.
We love her to death.
Ian, are you in love with her?
Some days. Depends on my mood.
She's
How
actually
many Bloody Marys I've had.
super awesome. She's a great person. She knows how to take a joke as well
Watched
as she
the
gives
fights
one.
with her the last fight, 299. I watched with her.
Yeah, and she probably makes fun of herself harder than we could ever.
Oh yeah.
fun of her.
And she's one of the dudes, man. She tears people up just as much as we do.
Yeah, cool people.
And new people too. Like I bring her around people, and like she'll start talking shit immediately on them. I'm like, Margot, this is Steve.
But if you were like this tall and your shoulders were this wide, like a linebacker, I talk shit too.
yeah, she's not really worried about what they'll do because she'll strangle them if it gets out of line. But
This week, the fights just happened. Sean O'Malley, right?
yeah, Sugar Sean.
How did that go?
He beat Cheeto's ass, kind of. I mean, it was.
I don't think there was any kind of.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, he just
Cheeto is still delusional though. Like Cheeto, like, after the fight was like, he said like, "Oh, I just got a couple bruises on my face." He's like, "Do you remember the sound you made when I hit you in the liver?" I'm like, "Dude, that was one shot, like towards the end of the 5th round."
and that
like,
was that kid.
That was that kid.
That
With
was
the
that kid.
I remember
the
that punch.
one punch.
That's
Well,
right.
Sean was quick with it. Like Sean just responded. He said, "Send a picture of your face." I was like, "Fuck."
I think there's a level of delusion that's needed if you're trying
Sure.
to go after the
Yeah,
title.
Sure,
Because
I
you
agree.
have to believe you're the best person in the world if you're going after
Who's
it.
the Italian fighter at 185? Marvin Vittori. That's the most delusional motherfucker in the entire
no,
UFC.
I got a better one.
Really?
Colby Covington.
Yeah, Colby thought he beat Leon, didn't he?
Nice,
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
nice guy. Outside the
Yeah.
ring, behind the cameras, nice
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
You put a camera and a microphone in front of his face, and
He's the bad guy.
And listen, I get it. It's a
Yeah.
personality, right?
Absolutely.
You're trying to sell it. You're trying to promote it, and to a point, I don't agree with that. Like, you shouldn't have to change who you are.
I agree.
We're going back to like the GSP
Yeah.
references, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
have to change who you are to sell a fight.
I agree.
Right? Your fighting style, your performances in the past should sell that.
Yeah.
You're trying
Connor
Connor-
changed everything.
Yeah.
Connor, and-
Fuck.
But
changed everything.
to be fair, I think that is Connor, right?
Yeah.
Genuinely, like when you listen to Connor talk that shit and the walk he made.
Listen,
the way,
he slapped an
is-
old man for not wanting to drink his whiskey
He did.
that he was
Right.
trying
He
to give
did.
him for free.
Right, and like when you
So
look at
it is Connor.
When you
That's
look at the Diaz
unfortunate.
brothers,
Yeah.
it's not a facade.
But
That
by the
is
way, Conor
who they are.
McGregor's movie comes out tomorrow on Amazon Prime, the remake of Roadhouse. If you
Really?
yeah. So if you
I'm gonna watch it.
Prime.
I'm gonna
am
watch
too.
it. I have to see what kind of a fucking train wreck this is gonna be, because I don't believe that he's gonna be a really good actor.
Oh, supposedly, well, he bragged about it, and I guess they're confirming it. It's the highest paid actor for a debut ever. First film ever, and he's the highest
Really?
paid ever.
I feel like I could break that. Any producers out there at Hollywood, give me a shout. I'm a great bullshitter.
I'm also his manager. 10% my way.
Sean Strickland had a really good comment about the movie. He said it's the most accurate sports movie ever. He's like, 90% of this roster is going to end up as a broke bouncer in Key West. I was like,
Hey man, don't shit on Key West.
fuck, man. I was like, that's good though. That's a good. I was like, all right, you got a point there. You know?
That's pretty fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah,
He says-
the UFC doesn't pay enough. It's pretty good.
He says some outlandish stuff.
Oh,
doesn't he?
dude.
Yes.
God bless Sean Strickland. Though, that when you put the mic, like you know what's coming. You know
Yeah.
it's just pure fuel. It's just angry white trailer trash nonsense.
That's
I'm like, I
like
love
looking at the stove being hot, and you're like, I see that the eye's red. I'm still gonna touch it.
Yeah.
and then you're shocked when you get burned. by
That's
it.
right.
it. When he beat Israel Adesanya, I was like so happy because I was like, oh my god, the shit that's to come.
How about when
the
he beat
shit
up?
that has to come now?
Then he
Like,
beat up the YouTuber.
yeah,
right.
Sneeko or whatever. that was
Sneeko,
his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
He legitimately tried to knock him out.
He asked for it though, right? Because
He did.
Sean Strickland did warn him, like, if you get in the ring with me, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Well, he
right?
said he even said to him, he said, "I'm not even going to turn it on to the last 10 seconds."
and he did stay true to his word. But when he did,
He sparred him for 5 minutes, and he played with him. Let Sneeko punch him in the face. Even
Yep.
like he let Sneeko crack him.
Okay.
He let him do what he
Yeah,
wanted
see,
to
because
do.
I had seen it, but I didn't know that he told him, like, hey, listen, I'm really going to go after you. That changes it a little bit.
It does. And they try to throw in the towel in a 10-second.
Oh, dude!
At the end,
at first, he said, I'm gonna go easy on you. Like he said, I'm not gonna take it easy on you. And then they agreed to still spar. And finally, I guess as the fight was going on, Sean was laughing. He was like, you know what? He's like, I'm not even gonna turn it on to the last 10 seconds. He's like, I'm gonna let you have your fun. And so he let Sneeko hit him, punch him, everything. And then he said he was talking shit the whole time.
Yep.
But when that 10 seconds came,
he warned him too. He's like, you ready? You ready?
He legit tried to kill him. I mean, he was fucking beating the shit out of him. I was like, oh my God.
Like the last 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah. And
then again, that's how I feel when I roll with Nelson. Like, I feel like I'm doing good, doing great. And all of a sudden, he gets this He-Man strength. I'm like, how is somebody in your shape, which is round, right? How is somebody so round and you so fucking strong?
Damn.
It's like my sleeves were stapled to the ground and I couldn't fucking move.
It's like that Kung Fu Panda shit.
That's exactly right. I was gonna say it's the fucking lo mein.
Like look, I don't.
It's that Peloton bike.
I usually don't tap to pressure, but man, he had me in the corner the other day. I was like, this must be what prison rape feels like.
Close.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And I will say to Sergio's credit, in the gym, he's the only guy that I feel like we have really good back and forth. Like, I feel comfortable being able to let loose because you can't really let loose with smaller people or different age.
You have to pick and choose
like that.
who it is. Some people, they're good for
but also
a heavy round, and some people aren't.
Skill set. Like, if I didn't feel comfortable enough where like, hey, we can really go, I don't go with people like that because it could be a dangerous thing.
It's
with
a double-edged
spazzy
sword.
person.
Yeah. You don't want to get
sure.
hurt by it. And I think part of that is experience, right? Life experiences
Absolutely.
in the gym and outside of
Absolutely.
the gym.
Yeah.
Right? So
and knowing that there's like a common respect there. Like
Right.
at the end of the day, like we can go hard and still know like, hey, he has my best interest. Right. I have his best interest, and we could go because like we've had other like Spartans at other gyms before where like after a while you're like, I don't even want to roll with this fucking guy because I know all he wants me to do is just go super hard and like in such an aggressive way.
Adam from XL.
Yeah.
He was
one of those.
we don't gotta drop government names.
Yeah, we won't say Danny.
Adam knows
we won't
this
say
too.
Danny.
Yeah.
He was a chimpanzee, man. He was fucking.
But
we don't say Danny for other reasons.
Yeah, because he wanted to be in a real
He wanted to be a fucking psycho outside.
Yeah.
Gym,
he had like a mental breakdown and like attacked
punching old people and shit. I was like, oh my
people
God.
at Walmart. Something happened because I think he got into a car accident.
He got
and then
really badly injured in his back, and I think it became like the
pain medicine and pills and stuff. And then he just went
all kinds of dark shit
downhill.
Well, we wish him the best. Moving on.
Sure.
But Adam was a psycho. Adam was like 155-pound white belt.
Yes,
he was like a really, really good college wrestler.
Yeah. Yes,
and he never went easy.
Yeah,
not the wrestler who
never went easy.
But
never easy.
with that real like old school wrestler mentality, like twist it until it breaks.
Yeah, no,
like he's not tapping.
You guys remember the guy at the MMA fights? Twist his dick.
Yeah,
Grab his dick and twist it. Grab his dick and twist it.
Adam tried to kill me with a neck crank one time. I'll never forget that. I was. He got full mount, got his grapevines in, and like he reached behind my head. And then like grabbed my top of my forehead and started to like snap my neck over his forearm. And he's like driving with his chest into my chin. He's driving as hard as he can. And I was like, holy fuck. I was like, this isn't a choke. I was like, he's trying to break my neck. I was like, he's fucking trying to kill me. And like the pain is ridiculous. I got pain shooting down to my fingertips. And I look at the clock. I can kind of like tilt my head a little and see the clock. And it's like, it's 10 seconds left. I was like, you know what? Like I want to tap. I'm in horrific pain. I was like, I'm just gonna die. I was like, fuck this. I was like, I'm not giving him the fucking grad shot. I just let my arm go limp. I was like, fuck it. I'll just die here. I'll grit my teeth and die. The next day I couldn't move. The next day I couldn't roll out of bed. I was like, what? I was like, you know what? But he didn't fucking get the win.
Yes.
I was like, fuck that.
I remember
he tried to kill me.
My first
attempted murder.
First jiu-jitsu.
In beginner's class. I'm like, this motherfucker. He's gonna murder me in fundamentals. He's gonna murder me in front of the whole fucking class.
My first jiu-jitsu injury was from a throw. It was like one of those over-the-shoulder like throw, land on your floor. Because the first academy I went to was very, very traditional.
Did you break fall?
And that was the problem. Is that the guy was double my size, legitimately, and he just grabbed me and just fucking flung me. thinking like I'm there 2 weeks.
And
thinking like, oh, he's gonna break fall. He's done it 3 times when he's rolled.
he's a master at it.
And I hit the floor so hard, and I was like, oh, but I didn't quite hear the pop yet there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I went back the next day thinking, oh, I'm just sore.
Yep.
That somebody just like gave me like just a little bear hug, and I felt my bones go crick crick. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll be back, guys. And hopped in the car, drove to my house. I'm like, hey, babe, yep, take me to the hospital.
And here you are, 12 years
right.
later.
Yes, right. Still doing it, man.
Still doing it.
Still doing
It's something that I love to do. I try to be as healthy about it. Like even now, I got back into strength training again because I realized the older I get, you have to maintain. You have to do maintenance on your body.
Can I pause you for just a second?
Sure.
Do you see the spread of food you put in front of us and you said you're trying to maintain it? Motherfucker, there are cookies on the table.
And how many
with
have
sprinkles.
I eaten? How many have I eaten?
I don't know, but I'm about to get one.
Because right in front of me, I've been eating some peanuts. I put some fruit out over there as well. You know, but I figure everybody different flavors for everybody.
Bloody
You know
Mary's
what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
food.
Yeah, that's a food. I
There's
had
bacon-
a little
there's
whiskey
bacon in
and
it.
some water.
It's called balance.
It is an outlier that all the cookies are still on the plate.
See?
Yeah.
See?
No one's even
But-
Minus one.
But
Yeah.
Nelson does like to point questions at the people while they're eating.
I don't do that.
It's
so
a-
Sergio,
it's a proper
the
dick
other
move.
day.
You know, it's really good.
No, but I've been trying to do better, trying to be better about it. But it does come in like grooves as well. Like for like 5 months, I'm doing great, and then Thanksgiving happens, and I'm like, I shit the bed for like 2 months. I'm like, I'm eating everything, and then I get back into
I did
being
notice
healthy again
a
as
couple
well.
weeks ago, I was like, you look slimmer.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
But then I realized your rash guard was just bigger.
And fuck you.
Who invited this guy? Fuck that piece of shit.
No, but this guy right here, he's like the Lou Ferrigno of the group. Like he's always in fine physical shape.
Yeah,
No.
I can tell.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my shorts.
And you got the one extra button undone, bro. Look at you.
I can go lower.
No, that's okay. It's okay. We see it.
I could go lower.
We can double it up if you would like.
Yeah.
I can,
Please don't.
No, I do a little bit
I
of
don't
yoga.
trust a man with a man bun, you know?
I do a little yoga.
That
I do a
is
little yoga.
that is the free time of not having children. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
that is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't have children, and I'm built like a mini Nelson, so I don't.
What do you mean a mini Nelson? You're like at least 5 feet taller than
Like
me.
you, but bigger.
Shut up. Like you, but bigger. I'll explain. Thank you. I didn't need
Nelson
the
has
explanation.
a point. It is tough because when I first moved to Florida, I was hitting 225,
Yeah.
and you know, when I lived up north in Jersey, all I was doing was eating pizza and drinking beer, sitting by the fire
Yep.
pit. You know, I mean, I'm
Sounds
not
great.
kidding when I say this. My pizza delivery man and I were on a first name basis. I holler at my boy Zeb up in Ramadale.
Hey, what happened to no government names?
Listen, that probably wasn't his government name. So I can feel safe with
Nobody
that.
fakes a Zeb, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
true, true.
that's what
He wasn't a Zeb. Okay? I can tell you that right now. You know, but he'd pull up in the driveway. Towards the end, he never got out of the car. He'd pull in the driveway. Beep beep. Oh, how are you, my friend? Zeb, how are you? Oh, I'm going home for Christmas. Hey, Sergio, have a great day. I crush a whole meat lover's pizza and a case of beer. But yeah, I came to Florida and I got right, you know, dieting.
Yeah.
And I got down to 185.
nice.
Oh,
man.
shit.
In a matter of what, 3 months,
That's
right?
awesome. Yeah.
But then it's like you said, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hard to
Especially on
to
the go.
keep it and then keep right. When you're on the go, when you're working, like it's easier to just grab a quick bite
Yeah.
here and there. Meal prepping, like everybody said, just meal prep at home. It's not as easy
not.
as that is
Nah.
as well
And,
either.
meal,
you know?
prep sucks because by the third day, I'm like, I'm eating leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're tired of that same type of chicken.
Chicken and broccoli rice on like day 4. You're like,
Yeah. So how much
just
trend
kill
do
me.
you do? Ian?
Kill me.
All the trend.
You know, I dabble here and there.
He's got some. Get the Ziploc bag out. Just
Yeah.
what else? Show him.
You know what a Ziploc bag is?
That's not natural. Get the Ziploc bag.
I just snort Blue Chew.
And
So
on that
those,
note,
is that heroin or is
thank
that?
you for joining us at the Silver Kingdom podcast,
It's kind of like heroin.
where we don't want to see Ian go to jail.
If it goes up, it's Blue Chew. If it goes down, it's heroin.
It's definitely heroin, then, people.
Definitely. Just ask my girlfriend. It's definitely heroin.
You can find us on all your social media platforms at
Sofa Kingdom OFC
and on YouTube.
Sofa Kingdom Podcast.
Ian, tell them where they can find us.
Don't listen to us. Just do yourself a favor. Go download an audiobook or something.
Go learn something.
Yeah, go learn something.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck are you doing listening to us? Jesus Christ.
That's good, solid advertisement, sir. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you for joining us, Sergio.
Thanks,
Oh,
Sergio.
thank
This was
you.
fun.
Good time.
Yeah.
man.
Maybe
We'll have to
I'll
have
be
you.
back.
We'll have to have you back on.
Yeah. Next time, maybe not right after work where I smell like big pig shit.
It's all right,
Well,
man.
we do appreciate the fact that you did come here despite smelling that way.
Yeah, thanks.
You know?
I'm not sorry.
That's the name of the episode.
sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Oh, good times, good times. Good stuff. I could sit here and just ramble about shit all day long.
Dude,
That's
what
why
makes
we
it
love
fun.
to do it.
That's what
Like
makes it
every